I'ma be happy. I'ma be good. You better believe it. I'ma be happy. I'ma be good. Get that understood. I'ma be happy. I'ma be good. You better believe it. I'ma be happy. I'ma be good. Get that understood. I'ma be happy. I'ma be good. You better believe it.
What's up, everybody? It's Chloe. I know I've been gone quite a long time. I've been like super busy. Let me turn down this fan. So yeah, I've been like super busy with getting ready to get a job, well, start my job and all that good stuff. So I hadn't really had time to sit down and make a video, but today I had some free time. So I decided to sit down and just make this video. And from the title, you probably know this video is about my nose piercing. I've had my nose pierced about 3 months, but it's been pierced twice. So technically I've only had this second one in for about 5 days. And I'll explain that in a minute. So I'm basically just gonna, in this video, I'm basically just gonna be talking about my experience, how it felt to get my nose pierced, like aftercare and stuff like that, what it felt like after and all that. So stay tuned. So when it comes to my first experience of getting my nose pierced, it was an interesting experience, I must say. I was very scared at first because I'm thinking, oh, you know, it's going to be so painful, because obviously when you get not a nose, but when you get a hole in your face, that can be scary for some. But it really wasn't that bad. I went in there, signed my name, and by the way, I got pierced at Piercing Euphoria. I'm not sure if her name was Shay. Yeah, I don't know her name, but if I do figure out her name, I'll put it down below so you know who to ask for when you go get pierced. If you go to Piercing Euphoria, and it is in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'll put the address below if you want to get pierced by them as well. But anyway, so I go in there, I sign my name, and I sit in the waiting area and you know, just wait my turn to get pierced and stuff like that. And then I go and I get pierced, right? So when she first pierced me, so when I first sit down, I'm not as nervous for some reason. I was calm, you know, because she made me feel very comfortable. She's talking to me the entire time. She's super kind to me. She's a really funny girl, actually. And like, I just felt very comfortable. So she's talking to me as I'm about to get pierced, and then she's trying to distract me so I don't like feel the pain or nothing like that. And when she pierced me, I almost distracted, and then right before she pierced me, I paid attention to it. I looked down, and it hurt, but it wasn't like super horrible. I felt a lot of pressure, I will say. I felt a lot of pressure. I felt a strong pinch, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is so painful, I'm gonna die. And after she pierced me, for a second it looked fine, and then all of a sudden it started to bleed a lot, and my eyes were watering a whole lot. It was just, I was just crying. I wasn't crying, but it was like, you know, my eyes watered real bad. I got there, she pierced it with Bioflex, I want to say. I'm not sure. Real plastic, and it's flexible. It's like really, it looks kind of cheap to me. Maybe it's not cheap, but she pierced me with that. Those are the only nose rings she had. So she pierced me with that, and it was a 22 gauge, I want to say. Yeah, it was a 22 gauge piercing. Yeah. So after I got it pierced and the bleeding stopped, and not bleeding, and the bleeding stopped, it was fine. I mean, it stung for a little, like 15 minutes after it stung a little bit. But after that, it was fine. I was like, oh, it wasn't bad at all. So I do recommend Piercing Euphoria. She's super cool, and the piercing was only $15. She's always having different specials. So I went on a day where she was having a special, and I got mine for $15 when it was regularly $25. So I was like, got a good deal. I had it pierced for about 3 months. It healed really well. I used H2 Ocean for the first like few weeks, and then I started making my own solution because the H2 Ocean spray wasn't mine. It was my best friend. So it was my best friend's H2 Ocean spray, so I had to give hers back because she had got her nipples pierced. After about a month or so, my nose stopped crusting up and it was healing on its own. I didn't really need to clean it anymore. Fast forward 3 months later, after the full 3 month mark, a week after that, and the next morning I was planning to go to Vegas to visit my sister. So I was thinking, oh, I want to change my nose ring to a hoop, because I'm thinking, oh, that would be really cute to you know, coming to Vegas with a hoop in my nose and take a bunch of selfies. I was just thinking in a fantasy. So I'm thinking, oh, it's healed fine, I guess. It should have been healed. It don't hurt when I push it out. And for the record, just because it don't hurt when you push it out doesn't mean it's fully healed. But anyway, I take the plastic nose ring that I was pierced with the first time. I take it out or whatever, and at first it looked fine. I could see the hole. It was perfect. It looked fine. Look down to grab the hoop, and it's bleeding. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. So wash my hands and take a tissue and just kind of clean it up a little bit so I don't be nasty with it. I wasn't panicking at first, so I was like thinking to myself, well, I'm just gonna stick this little hoop in, it'll be fine. Hoop way too small, and I'm actually gonna go get the hoop so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the hoop. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here it is. This is the hoop. That's what it looks like. When I tried to stick the hoop in, it was just kind of sticking up like this, and it looked just like that, like how this is. This thing is tiny, and I'm not sure how I thought this was gonna work, because obviously I was thinking, oh, because I put it on this nostril, I'm thinking, oh, that'd be so cute, blah, blah, blah. But I forgot, cartilage, it's cartilage. It has to wrap around the cartilage, then has to come back out and wrap around the rest of your nose. So it has to be big enough to be able to fit. So I don't know why I had this on here. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. So, but I still didn't panic. I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna, you know, cry. So then I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna put my old little bendy, I'm gonna put my old little bendy nose ring back in. I didn't think it was gonna work, and I tried and it didn't work. It just kept bending, and the hole kind of closed up. This is like, keep in mind, it's like 30 minutes later after me trying to get this little hoop in, and the hole kind of like closed up a little bit. So by that time, sticking that little plastic bendy nose ring did not work, and that's when I started to cry and freak out. So then I found a needle, and I took the needle and pushed it in to keep it open. And I know that's not saying, I know you guys out here that are piercers and stuff like that, and you probably cringe when I said that, because that is so not sanitary, but I had no choice. So that's what I did, and then I begged my mom to take me to Walmart to get a nose ring, but it was, keep in mind, it was like 1:30 in the morning, pretty late, and it was just too late to go get a nose ring. So I just gave up, took the needle out of my nose, and sat there and cried for another 30 minutes. Next day, when I get to Vegas, I noticed that it starts to develop this little brown area right where the hole was left. So I'm thinking, oh, it's healing up. And literally, like within 2 days, it was completely closed, like gone, donezo. So 8 days into my trip, I think it's like 8 days. Yeah, 8 or 9 days into my trip in Vegas, which I just got back from yesterday. My sister was like, well, hey, let's go take you, cause let's go for a girls' day. And let's go take you to get your nose repierced. I think you can now or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I went to go get it repierced at Quick Draw. Ugh, I can't even talk. Quick Draw in Las Vegas. Quick Draw tattoo shop in Las Vegas. Really great tattoo shop. The pain tolerance for it was about a 3. The first time, I don't know if I mentioned it, it was about a 5.5. For the first time I got it pierced, it was pretty painful. Not super duper painful. It's like a really pinch, like I said, a hard pinch, and then a lot of pressure. I had very, very little blood. I didn't even cry. I didn't get water. I got a little bit of water eyes, but very, very little. And that piercing, the second piercing, unfortunately, was $40, which is a bummer, because from going to paying $15 to paying $40, bit much. But I got one of, oh, I got this really cute stud in my nose, as you can see. So yeah, that's both of my experiences, pricing, pain scale on how bad it hurt. Those of you who are thinking about getting your nose pierced, please, especially if it's a new piercing, please make sure that you have backup rings, just in case this one falls out in your sleep and you lose it, or if your nose ring breaks, or if it's too, like mine was flexible. If it's too flexible to get it back in, get a metal surgical steel is what I recommend to get it pierced. Not pierced, but to get it stuck back in there, so you don't get it, so you don't have to be like me to get it re-pierced again and spend that money to have to do it over when you could just keep it in there. That's all I have for my experience. If you're thinking about getting your nose pierced, go right ahead. It doesn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it would. It's super quick process, especially if you go to a reputable piercer that is clean. Make sure that they're clean. And go to one that you know is nice, that can make you feel comfortable, especially if it's your first time, because it is scary to get a needle stuck through your nose, not knowing what could happen, scarring, stuff like that, whatever. So be careful. And that's just with any piercing. I do recommend getting it if you really do want it. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, comment below. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, where it's spelled right here. That's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.